No nazdar, dámy a páni, čau, čau, čau. Ako sa máte? Čo nového v živote? Čo nového vo svete? Dneska máme pekný sviatok. Sviatok. Nemusel som ísť do práce, preto je pekný. A tak ďalej. Takže dneska si dáme streameček takto pekne skoro. Musíme splniť veľmi veľa vedľajších úloh vo Final Fantasyčku. No, čo sme mali naposledy? Napadli sme Ultinu v kráľovstve, porazili Odina. No a Ultina nám tu dala takú nepeknú vec vytvorila a vypadá, že odtiaľ toto asi nie je vidieť, že by to bolo... A ja som slepý blbec, hen je to. Vytvorila gigantický, obrovský kryštál z celého Twin Side na oblohe. Žiadna sláva, hold, musíme sa s tým nejako vysporiadať. Takže pôjdeme robiť vedľajšie úlohy, ktorých je tu teraz strašne veľa. Tu sú ďalšie. Tuto sme hore urobili. Potom je hlavná dejová linka v tom kryštáli. Ešte tu sú ďalšie vedľajšie úlohy. Ježíko, to je bože moje. Takže dneska budeme mať na starosti vedľajšie úlohy. Uvidíme, ako budeme stíhať, potom sa pustíme do hlavnej dejovej linky. A ja dúfam, že sa objavia ďalšie hunty. Máme vytvorený Gother dáme Rung, či do boha, čo to je zač. Jedna z najsilnejších zbraní, neviem, či je tu silnejšia. Máme vytvorený Sons of Uroboros. Jedna z najlepších vecí, ktorá by asi mala byť vytvorená. A ešte mi chýba jedna vec, tiež Uroboros, ktorá by mala byť tady. Ale nemám na to materiál, chýba mi jeden jediný vec na to. Ale to by sme mali získať z SK-ového ranku. SK-ový rank nejaký by sme mali získať. Tiež sme získali tieto pekné rukavice, ktoré zvyšujú celkový damage o 5%. Increase damage deal to enemies 5%. Takže úplne pri všetkom by malo byť o 5% vyšší damage, čo už myslím, že je najlepšie, lebo tým pádom nezvyšujem len jednu jedinú abilitku o 10 alebo 15%, ale zvyšujem všetky o 5. Takže topovka. Furt používame Berserkering, zdá sa mi ako jedna asi z najlepších vecí, čo tu môže byť, padnúť. No a tuto mám Wind Up o 10% zvýhnutý damage, čo je vlastne titánová schopnosť. Táto pekná mega šlupka. Schopnosti mám späť na Fenixa, ale nepoužívam Fenixové abilitky, používam Shivu, Diamond Dust a Titánov Wind Up. Používame Garudové od Fenixa máme vlastne presun k nepriateľovi, je to lepšie než Shivin presun. Shivin presun, keď urobíte presne, tak zmrazíte nepriateľa. Tu zase mám, že môžem hneď zaútočiť silným útokom. A používame Garudu kvôli jej priťahnutiu a stiahnutiu nepriateľov. Jej Gouch na zníženie staminy. A potom Reading Fist ako obrannú schopnosť, že keď to správne načasujem, tak neurobím iba pár rán, ale vytvorím úplnú smršť úderov, ktorá veľmi, veľmi kvalitne znižuje staminu. A Wings of Light používame u Bahamuta. Tendenčne nie sú nejak extra zaujímavé, tento Wings of Light, ale hlavne chcem od Bahamuta Gigaflaru. Takže preto to mám Bahamuta. A Judgment Bolt sme si vymasterovali a používame Judgment Bolt. A tento Wings Light je to pomalé, kým sa to nabije, keď neuhýbate nepriateľom. Ale počkaj, toto je Giga. Hej. Toto je Mega Flare, z toho vznikne. A dorobí to celkom dosť riadny bordel. Najväčší zatím damage, čo sme dokázali dať nejakému bossovi, bolo nejakých 120 či 130 tisíc. Čož myslím si, ako v ľudskej forme, keď sme mali Rage a spustili sme i Mega Flare počas toho, čo bol stagrnutý. Zatím najväčší úspech, aký sme mohli dať damage. Ja si myslím si, že sa to bude dať ešte vybustiť na 150 tisíc. Ale neviem, či sa mi to niekedy podarí, lebo v poslednej dobe som nervózny, keď to idem urobiť a pokazím tie útoky za sebou. Takže, dámy a páni, vypínam kameru a ideme na to. Dobre. Ideme na to. Keby náhodou niečo so zvukom, samozrejme, napíšte do chatu, nehambite sa, že hej, ty blbečku, nečujem videohru, jo? Dobre, tak troška pridám tej videohre na zvuku. Není problém, napíšte. Ale to blbečku môžete vyňať, inak dostanete ban. Dobre, tak, ja sa ešte napijem a môžeme začať. Dobrá, takže teraz by sme hunty nemali mať žiadne, teda máme všetky hotové, naposledy sme robili 5 ačkových huntov. Alebo tam bol nejaký S-kový? Ježiš, už neviem. Pozrieme sa, u kúpa. Jo. Ačko, 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 Ačko. Tieto hunty sme všetky robili na Ačku. Ačkové sme robili minule. Teraz nemáme žiadne ďalšie hunty. Ešte by sa teda mal objaviť jeden S-kový, ale neviem kedy. A S-kový vlastne hunt potrebujem na orihalkum. Na získanie orihalkumu. Aby som mohol vytvoriť ten poslednú vec, posledné vybavenie, ktoré mal byť najlepšie. Lepšie už by tu nemali teoreticky byť, aspoň myslím. Tam je vlastne, hej, jo, tu máme toto, tu sme potrebovali 3 orihalkum, to sme získali. Toto je ten Uroboros a hej, chyba mi to jedno orihalkum. A toto stalo tiež orihalkum. Orihalkum by malo byť v hre celkovo iba 5, viacej nie. Asi. Aspoň také boli moje informácie. Dobre, ideme teda na tie vedľajšie úlohy. Čož idem zase od vrchu, takže ideme sem. Do Martarestu pomáhať. Úlohy nechám plynúť, nebudem ich skákať, ako som to robieval. Keď som sa ponáhľal alebo čosík. Dneska máme času do aleluja, takže pozerajte. Prekladajte si, kto potrebuje.
Oh, or maybe not. Though you're not the first to mention the bird around here. There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago claiming he was attacked by a silver chocobo near some gutted hovel not far from Eastpool. Most took him for a braggart and a liar, but who knows? Perhaps there was some truth to his tale.
We'll see. Thank you.
Čo, to už sa vykecali tak rýchlo? Ja ešte kontrolujem... že jak to beží. Beží. Vypadá, že by to malo byť v pohode. Dobre, počujeme sa, halo. Dobre, vypadá, že áno. Že to fakt čí tak, jak mám. No. A tým pádom, čo tu mám za quest? Zero lightnings. Ja som to nepozeral, čo by vravel, hej, čo mi vravel, neviete, čo mi vravel? Žurnál, poprosím. Silver lightnings. Speak with the merchant in the Martarest.
If the heavens have gone to rack and ruin, it don't mean we have to.
Anything catch your eye?
I've got
Tu je to, tak.
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone. Or perhaps a bawdy etching of the Vicerine.
Maybe another time. I'm looking for a silver chocobo feather.
If that's the case, rumours are all you're likely to find. No one has seen a silver chocobo for years. Word is they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about bringing good luck. Didn't bring them much, nor their bows.
To čo bolo za
If any are still
zachrapčenie?
out there,
Prasa.
I reckon they'll be doing their damnedest not to be discovered.
You're probably right. Thank you anyway.
Dobre, takže tento tiež o ničom nevie. Tak ešte jeden. Kde nájdem toho merchanta? Ty kokso, hej. Ono, toto je veľké.
Look, Daddy. Shining so brightly.
Whoever's idea it was to take those bearers away.
Ale truhlička, tej som si nikdy nevšimol. A, tu je.
Can I help you with something?
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo feathers, would you?
I deal in fruit, not fancies. But if it's fancies you're after, I suggest you try Rhiannon's ride.
Was a silver chocobo seen there?
Oh, yes. If you believe the ravings of a madman.
It wouldn't be the first time. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon's ride. It's...
Taký kus cesty. Vezmeme to vrchom, to bude rýchlejšie asi. Inak už som videl Starfield. Pozrel som si chvíľku Agrelusa. Väčšinu času vytváral postavu. Ale musím povedať, vyzerá to celkom dobré. Ja ho mám zakúpený, ale nemám tú väčšiu verziu. Takže ja musím čakať až do 6. než si zahrám. Samozrejme budeme to tu streamovať na Twitchi. A potom budem dávať videá na YouTubeko. Takže môžete sa tešiť na prechod aj z mojej strany. Myslím si, že si užijeme na Starfieldu plno zábavy.
All yours, Torgal!
No a tiež som vlastne zvažoval vo Final Fantasyčku, že by sme mohli
They're not left by bandits for a change.
že by sme mohli vyskúšať i Odinovú schopnosť. Ale ešte na to nie som nijak ready.
More tracks. And these look fresh. A chocobo was here. And recently. Perhaps it still is. I don't hear anything.
Ale divujeme, hniezdo tu má.
Well, I'll be damned.
Strieborní čokobovia. Tí sú že pri veľmi vzácni.
It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Just borrowing a feather for my friend. Thank you. Let's get this back to Gav before they change their minds.
Dobre, tu by sme mali a... Jo, máme odniesť Pierka Čokoba. Dobre, to by sme mali. Poďme teda teraz do Dalimilu. Dalimil in.
Why the hell would Victor take the bear?
Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be traveling light. I'm almost finished already, in fact.
You're really going to go through with this then?
I am. But before I go, there is one small issue I'd like your assistance with. Well, two, in fact.
If it's within my power to help you, I will.
It's the children. I refuse to let them share in my disgrace. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. But I can't take them with me either. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe and provided for and loved. The hideaway.
OK,
Of course.
zoberme ich tam.
The children would be more than welcome.
Thank you, Clive. I will not forget this.
Lubor, are you still here?
What is it, Ferda? You look pale.
There's been a flood in the Velcroy, a damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Every last one of the bastards has turned. And they're headed this way.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. The town guard won't stand a chance against them. We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose. Ferda, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover the townspeople's escape. Well, what are you waiting for?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate evacuation.
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Wish me luck.
Priateľom sa musí pomáhať. Aj keď sú to takí zmetkoví ako hento.
What's
You
in it?
have to listen to me. They're coming.
Why do they always have to make such a fuss?
Ah, it's you.
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood out in the Velcroy. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now, and they could be here at any moment. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale evacuation right away.
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you this disturbing news, might I ask?
Lubor, perhaps? The man spreading the same poison out in the square as we speak. You may believe his lies, my lord, but we know better.
But why would he lie about something like this?
Some twisted attempt at revenge, perhaps. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been elected our leader. A great honor for one of his kind. One he might well feel aggrieved at having been denied.
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but it has become all too evident where your sympathies lie. Lubor cannot be trusted, and neither, therefore, can you.
You may not trust me, but for the sake of your people, ask yourselves if there is any chance that this is true.
There isn't. You can be certain of that. Now be off with you.
You're making a mistake.
Come, Clive.
Tak by sme ich
If
mali
our words will
zachraňovať.
not move them, then we
Takých
must find
čurákov.
another way to help save the town.
Right. Let's speak to Lord Ferda.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
further.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they wouldn't listen. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be trusted.
The bloody fools.
Which means the town guard can't be counted on for support. But I can. If there's anything I can do to help you defend Dalamil, you only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid! Further! I've been looking for you everywhere.
Victor? I thought you'd left.
I couldn't abandon a friend in need. And Blue Boy is in need at this very moment. Come quickly.
You have to believe me. The Akashic are coming. They don't eat. They don't sleep. They don't tire. And they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There won't be no parley, no mercy granted. We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
It's you who should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far away!
Run!
Ty čuráci.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes! Go!
Go on then.
Just go.
Lubor, wait. Someone's coming.
Stop! You're hurting him!
No, blbečkové. Pôjdete ochádzať kamene? Počkaj, teraz vás rozsekam.
What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad?
And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that?
Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty?
Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly round here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever.
But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling?
He keeps this whole place going. And you act like he doesn't even exist.
Lubor, we've heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then. Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
Decka, dobré. Odvaha im nechyba, no.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcro. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their base of operations. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage, and they are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalamil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic Force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalamil at all costs. Conrad, can I count on the support of the town guard?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor. And the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done.
As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchant not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this plan?
Where else but the most perilous place of all? I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws, Cheratina itself. The main host is most likely still there, and Dalamil will not be safe until it is eradicated, root and branch.
A little gardening. How pleasant.
I doubt it. I have a feeling these weeds will be particularly stubborn.
Luckily, so am I.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing it. For Dalamil.
Že by sme už išli do toho?
Looks like everyone's ready. I'd better not keep them waiting.
Ho. Riadna obrana.
Good. That will keep some of them out. Any man sighting an Akashic is to raise the alarm immediately.
No jo, tu je to celé zamorené éterom.
There it is. The flood.
But what's waiting for us inside?
Be safe.
No, come on, boys.
Torgal.
Minul som.
Now, Torgal.
Display, brother. Have care.
All yours, Torgal.
We can't leave a single one alive.
Torgal, kill! You're finished!
Au.
It's over! I'm hurt, Torgal.
Vedle.
Too slow.
Już.
The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalimil and see how the others fared.
No, to bude teraz zajímavé. Prežili, neprežili, bojovali, nebojovali. Kto umrel, kto ne. A pri bráne vidím krv.
All the Akashic we were able to find have been dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
Last of them here, perhaps.
A vypadá, že tí hlavní prežili.
Clive has returned.
Clive! What news from Charatina?
It's done. Root and branch.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven back. The Akashic have been defeated. And we need not fear the arrival of any more, thanks to Clive. Victory is ours.
We bloody did it!
We saved Dalimil.
Lubor, allow me to apologize. After all you have done for this town, we should never have doubted you.
But we did. And for that we are truly sorry. We only hope that you can forgive us.
We need you, Lubor. Dalimil needs you. So, if you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our backing.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do. But that is not a stain on your character. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are. The man who saved Dalimil twice over.
I see. But I will only accept your proposal on 2 conditions.
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power to rally your people to my cause. If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, it will be doomed from the start. Unity is the key to defending Dalimil, and I do not doubt that we shall need to call on our combined strength again. When that time comes, I will expect us all to pull together, just as we did today.
Of course. You have our word.
And secondly, you will accept that if I am to lead you, the mistreatment of bearers must end here in Dalimil. Any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights as any other citizen. They will not be judged by what they are, but who they are.
As we failed to do, and came so close to losing everything.
We agree to your conditions. And we have only one in return. That you continue to work for the good of Dalimil, as you always have.
Condition accepted. Well then, it seems my mayorship is all but confirmed. Do I get some sort of special hat? How fickle fate can be. Not so long ago, I had resigned myself to leaving Dalimil in disgrace. And now, I find myself her leader. Here. For everything.
Lubor. About the children.
Fear not. You are, of course, relieved of your responsibility. I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up as outlaws. I'll make sure they're safe here.
I don't doubt that you will. And not just the children, but everyone in Dalimil.
I'll do my best. Can't have all your hard work going to waste.
Synthesán 2 dokončená. Dobre, tu máme ďalší veľký quest dokončený. Dobre, tuto nám pokračuje, máme 2, čo je Defeat Desert in Korava. Takže poďme na to. To budeme mať rýchlo zmaknuté.
Here we are again. Karava. If you were a tortoise, Torgal, where would you hide?
Adamantios. Poj.
It looks like we found him.
Dvojka. Ešte troška. Ešte, boj, štvorka, výborne. Tak sa. Pálime štvorku. Super. Som jej ubral toľko. Myslel, že tam tento 50 000, ale nie. Stačilo 100 000 na jej zabitie. Prčíc. Som myslel, že tá potvora má viacej životov. Tak, tuto sme potrebovali aj kruníš. Adamantius shell.
I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Tak, nenájdeme tu nejakú truhličku schovanú. Ja som vedel, že tu niečo bude schované. Dobre, to bolo easy. No a ešte máme quest v tábore. Takže poďme ešte do táboru. Tady máme jeden quest, duty on duty 2 a where
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from Father?
Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
Ale list od nášho otca. No, to je pekné.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies. With the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides. Those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it, at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
Tu je to.
My lord, your grace. I hardly recognize you. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both. Alas, he did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see. We do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua?
What else? Titan's Wake is south of here.
No, tento ešte furt
But
niečo
we
má.
must not be hasty. The good lady has been disappointed once already.
Lord Marquis, if you have a moment.
What is it, Cyril?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait in order to pursue a new avenue of inquiry in our ongoing investigation. He sent an owl some while ago, but we have heard naught from him since.
Was he surveying another fallen ruin?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult that has arisen in Ash in recent years. We believe it may have some connection to the Circle of Malleus, an ancient religion that worshipped Ultima as its god. By gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn more of the Circle's original beliefs.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash? A continent teeming with orcs and Akashic?
Fully cognizant of the risks, yes. I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order, the Third Chair, a master of the arts of combat and survival both. Though he has been silent for some days now, I have thus far refrained from sending any others in search of him, lest they be lost in turn. Yet, it seemed only right to inform you of the situation, given your unique experience of the perils of Ash. For as you so earnestly advised me, it would not do to abandon a man to his fate, when he might yet be saved.
It would not. But Ash is a big place. Can you be any more specific?
Perhaps. The last owl I received from him mentioned a village where he had heard the cult were wont to assemble. Mickleburg was its name. It lies in the southern reaches of Waloed. If aught ill befell him, I expect it did so there.
Right. I'll see what I can do.
You are much too kind, my lord. Go then, with my hopes, and may the Firebird's flame ever burn in your heart.
Dobre, to je druhá časť vlastne hentoho questu. OK.
If this new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then...
Let's concentrate on finding the Third Chair first, shall we?
Dobrá. Hop, ešte máme tu nejaký quest. Aj to bolo toto. Takže teleport semka, prebehneme sa.
Eyes peeled, Joshua.
Ale, Griff.
There it is.
The House Rossfield.
Ale ja som sa nemohol. Áno, to možno aj mu vieme dostať 6 000.
Help me, boy. You're a fine hound.
Dvojka. Dvojka. Zomiera na 135 000. Ajajajajaj. To nenájdem supera, ktorému môžem dať tých 150 000.
Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Godotha will know.
Dobre, vrátime sa naspäť, odovzdáme Hearthstone. Semka hore, že? Tady a tady.
Oh, thank the Founder you were safe. The Griffin is slain then?
And the Heartstone claimed.
A dvakrát? To malo 2 srdca?
Yes. This radiant luster, like frozen flame, it is just as your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your grace. Your father would be so proud.
Lady Godotha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith. The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. They are yours, after all. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion. And the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms. Only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Thank you, Lady Godotha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace, for coming back to us, for giving my service meaning.
Yeah,
Bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial atop Hawk's Cry Cliff? Let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision lives on in you.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive? Shall we pay Father a visit?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks before we left for Origin.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. It has been since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate. I prithee claim it, for it too is a part of your inheritance, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive. He's waiting. Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies. Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then?
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning. Might this be Mickelberg?
These people aren't turned. And the village seems safe enough at least. What is going on here?
Ah. Did you too heed the call?
Heed the call? No, I came here looking for someone. To be honest, I wasn't sure I'd find him here. Let alone all of you.
Is that so?
What are you doing here? Is this where you live?
It is my home. The others, they heeded the call.
You keep saying that. What do you mean?
They came here to perform the rite, just as King Barnabas instructed. This village is their altar, where they shall cast their shoals upon the gentle waters and give themselves to the Lord.
Give themselves?
Oh, Lord, cleanse us of our sins.
Let us be reborn in your loving arms.
Free us from the torment of this mortal realm.
They want to be saved. Forgive me, but did another foreigner like me come here? He was probably wearing a cowl.
You mean the traveler from Stone? Yes. He is staying at my house, toward the rear of the village.
Thank you. If you don't mind, I'll go and greet him.
They seek the same salvation Barnabas did. At least the third chair still lives. Let's go and find him.
Vypadá jak tá letajúca platforma.
Excuse me. Are you with the Undying?
I am. And so it would appear, are you? Lord Rosfield, if I am not mistaken.
That's right. And you must be the third chair.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety. He sent me to find you.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill. Much less you, my Lord Marquis.
He said that you had failed to report. Is there a reason for that?
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. But the more I learned of them, the more my own faith began to falter. You have seen them at their prayers, have you not? They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord with a fervor I have never seen before. Praying night and day that they might be rid of their wicked wills and reborn in their Saviour's light. Not that they might be granted respite from their worldly woes, but so that they might continue to serve him. Serve him with all of their beings. I, too, swore to devote my life to the service of my Lord and Master, but this... 'tis different. It is more. And so I would see it through to the end. See these people safe, that they might achieve their dream. That they might do their duty to their Lord. Even if it should keep me from doing my duty to mine.
You do understand what their dream is, don't you?
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills and become a Kashik. I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, that is the very essence of salvation. Forgive me, my lord, but I must remain here. If you are to return to Master Cyril, I would consider it a great... Did you hear that, my lord? Something is happening.
I'll go find out what. Stay here.
No, jej modlitby boli vyslyšané. Akaši zmenili sa v akašikov.
An ether flood. Oh no. There must be something I can do. Echoes as well. Found her.
Ready, brother?
Ready.
You're finished. Stay down.
What now?
Oj. Som vedel, že to je tá platforma. No kto vyleze? Gigantus Machina?
We meet again.
Ľudeo sme ešte nemali.
Killed your kind before.
Proszę za 3000! Yes! Tu paluje. Kończysz. No, môj nos. Normálne nechápem, ale niekde som sa nachcípal.
it! Don't you die. Come on, speak to me.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation. By devoting themselves to the service of their Lord. Just as I did.
Už sa menia na
The
Akashikov,
Undying
už je to
plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in. A duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become Akashic in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
Nie, nie sú. Lebo teraz s ním budú Akashikovia, tak je budem musieť zabiť. Čo? Oni odchádzajú? Ja si myslím, že Akashikovia ma napadnú okamžite. Mi nevral, že ma to vrátilo naspäť tu.
They are saved. Founder. I should get this report to Cyril.
Tak zase budeme musieť teleportovať naspäť.
My Lord Marquis, welcome back. I am glad to see you hale and whole.
I met with your third chair, Cyril. He bade me deliver his findings to you.
Thank you, my lord. He remained in Ash?
He died protecting the villagers from an echo. I buried him in Mickelberg. I'm sorry that I couldn't save him.
If you could not save him, no one could.
The villagers, they were believers in this savior cult. They prayed to their god that they might be unburdened of their wills. Then an ether flood came, and their wish was granted. Your brother sacrificed himself that they might live, even knowing that that life was death by another name.
Then he perished defending liberty. A hero's end. For the right to choose how one dies is no less sacred than the right to choose how one lives.
Sid would agree. He wanted to build a world where people could die on their own terms.
A noble ambition. To die for one's cause is the most perfect expression of one's faith. It matters not how misguided others might judge one's decision to be. Only that the decision is one's own. We live according to the teachings of our order. We believe in them, we protect them, and yes, we die for them. For better or worse, that is our creed.
But he didn't die for your creed. He died to save them. And you still believe that what he did was right?
I believe that he believed it was. We of the Undying are not slaves, but willing servants. And this was his will, the ultimate expression of it.
All right. I'd like to know this man's name, Cyril. To know the names of all the Undying who've fallen in the line of duty. They died serving my house. It's only right that I remember them. That is my duty.
Of course. I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs at once. My lord, it has been, and shall ever be, the greatest honor of my life to serve House Rosfield. Though our duties may differ, yours is no less important. I pray with all my heart for your success. And were they here, I have no doubt but that every one of my fallen brothers and sisters would feel the same.
To je bodov. Dobre, tak o tomto som nevedel, že tu môžem získať Orihalkum. Fakt nevedel. Paráda. Takže môžeme si vyrobiť tú poslednú vec? To sa mi ľúbi. And open my mind. Má myseľ otvorená. Dobrá. Poďme si to najprv vyrobiť. Než pôjdeme dokončiť vedľajšie úlohy.